Sure. Many people do, Gail said. That will be nice for you to have your roommate back in town. I'm sure you've missed her. The now familiar sensation of my eyes stinging returned. I blinked away the tears as I helped Gail sit up. Annie, sweetie, Gail squeezed my hand. Tell me all about it. I'm listening. I was fighting a losing battle here. Gail, if I tell you about it, will you finally let me say my piece about the dangers of high blood pressure? Gail steepled her hands and nodded seriously. I will. I sat down and rolled my chair closer to the exam table. Okay. Kelly left a few months ago, and as I'm a fairly introverted person, I didn't think it would bother me that much. But I've spent most of the past 12 weeks either working or lying on my couch watching mind-numbing television, eating by myself, doing everything by myself, and honestly, the fact that she's coming home and it means I no longer have to feel this crushing loneliness is a relief. I wiped my eyes again. Hence the tears. And that's it? Gail asked. That's it, I said, smiling at her. As much as I enjoy spending most of my time with you and my other patients, I'm just really looking forward to seeing my friend again. I grabbed a prescription pad. For the hypertension, I want to start you off on, have you heard of Man on Main Street? I dropped my pen in my lap. I could feel my own blood pressure rising. Of course. Man on Main Street was a recurring segment during the news on her station, WTS-TV. Darius is always looking for new, interesting people to interview around Chicagoland. Would you be interested in talking to him about being a concierge doctor? I'm sorry? I'd lost the conversation thread. We'd been talking about Kelly coming home, and then I was trying to get back on the high blood pressure topic, and now she wanted me to talk to her coworker about... I think it would be great, she said. Whenever I tell people about your practice, they're both confused and intrigued. I think you should let Darius do a segment on you. If I agree to this, will you finally, let me tell you about how your job stress and sodium intake might be affecting your health and how I'd like you to make sure you get regular exercise while also taking a thiazide diuretic? Yes, she said. Even though going on TV was the absolute last thing I'd ever consider, a promise was a promise. And after Kelly came home tonight, I knew everything would be okay again. Life would get back to normal, and the two of us could joke about the utter absurdity of me going on television to talk about my practice. Okay then, fine. Tell your coworker to call me about an interview. The things I was willing to do for my patients. Chapter 2. Crimpin' Ain't Easy. Alexa, I said in the odd authoritative voice I always used when I spoke to my virtual assistant. Shuffle songs from Phil Collins. No one could tell me I didn't know how to party. As the opening strains of In the Air Tonight pumped through my speakers, I made sure the house was ready for Kelly's homecoming. I placed a vase of daisies, her favorite, on her bedside table. I made sure the entire bottom floor of my converted 3-flat, which had served for the past 5 years as Kelly's apartment, looked clean and tidy. I shoved my recently acquired stationary bike into an empty corner and artfully draped a throw blanket over it, and I arranged the TV remotes in a little basket to look like an inviting bouquet. On the first floor, in the main part of the house, I set out guacamole that I'd purchased at Whole Foods on my way home from work and set 2 bottles of wine, white and red, on the living room coffee table next to 3 glasses and a wine opener. My phone buzzed in the pocket of my pajama pants. Yes, we were going extra casual tonight, as I surveyed my handiwork. Yessie? I said. I'd invited my other BFF from college, Yessie, over tonight to help welcome Kelly back to the city. I hadn't spent much quality time with Yessie in the past few months either. She had a baby about 6 months ago and was now back at work, juggling her child, her marriage, and her career as a high-powered corporate attorney. But tonight, she said she'd be here for Kelly. Annie? Yessie's voice.